Okay, for real recording is going. Just to preface this recording,
Hello.
we all just wrote a fan fiction. We started writing, then that person reads out the last sentence they wrote, then the next person starts writing, then they read out the last sentence they wrote, etc., 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 until we ended up with a finished fan fiction. So, it is my pleasure to present to you today Sonic Rents a House and Pays Taxes, the movie. Jess, would you like to start us off?
Alright. Let's see here. Sonic the Hedgehog has collected a lot of rings over the years, but has never had a house. So one day, Sonic decided to rent a house. So for a few weeks, he looked around trying to find a good house to rent. But most of them weren't really his style.
Until one day, he found a beautiful house. One that fit him perfectly. It was small and blue, and it was shaped like a ball. Absolutely flawless. So with a sense of newfound excitement in his heart, he purchased the house for a measly sum of $300,000. Sonic stepped inside his brand new home, admiring the interior. "Whoa, what a house!" he said to himself. "I gotta get used to this," he said snarkily. But just as he was settling into his home, there was a knock at the door. There you go. Sonic got up from the sofa and went to answer.
Opening the door, he saw who originally rang the bell. It was Mario. Wow, let's go! It's me! I need the help! Mario responded. With what? Sonic said. To overthrow the government! Mario said. Mario, you're telling me you want to overthrow the government? Sonic exclaimed.
It's the only way to stop Joe Biden from turning the world into a giant mushroom! Mario replied. Sonic, being a filthy capitalist with his newly acquired house, denied Mario's request of overthrowing the government to stop Joe Biden.
"What?" Mario exclaimed, shocked. But how could you refuse?" he inquired, his lip quivering. "It's just not who I am, Mario," Sonic replied snarkily, shutting the door on Mario's face. Mario left Sonic's home, dejected. After that encounter, Sonic decided he needed to loosen up, so he headed down to the local McDonald's to grab a bite to eat. He entered, rubbing his stomach, before seeing a familiar face behind the cash register. "Nagito?" "Nagito?" Sonic exclaimed. "Sonic?" Nagito asked hesitantly.
Nagito, I'm here for you, Sonic said, aiming a gun. What? Why? Because you're a filthy goddamn capitalist! And he fired. The gunshot echoed through the air before the bullet ultimately reached Nagito's skull. His brain splattered against the wall, his capitalist ways finally ended. Nagito collapsed onto the ground.
Nagito saw Sonic's corpse on the ground. Mario still holding his shotgun in hand. You're the next bitch! Mario yelled as he pointed the gun at a sobbing Nagito.
"Oh, really?" Nagito replied, taunting Mario. Nagito lowered his arms, placing them firmly at his sides. "Go on then! Try to shoot me!" he taunted once more. Mario's hand trembled. I'm gonna kill you!" The trigger snapped back. Mario fired his gun at Nagito, but the bullet went right past him. It struck the back wall of the building, and Nagito stood, unscathed. Mario watched in shock and awe. "What's wrong?" Nagito asked, unfazed. I can't believe this," Mario said to himself despondently.
Sonic shot, and shot again and again until Mario was turned into Swiss cheese. "Communist bitch!" Sonic said, as he was sure that Mario finally died. He was content, finally ending communism once and for all. Walking away into the sunset, Sonic smiled. Mario is dead, and it is good that Mario is dead.
The Nagito stood there in Sonic's house with two corpses on the floor, with nobody to stop Joe Biden's evil plan. But then Nagito thought, what's stopping me from ending Joe Biden's plan myself?
Nagito turned to Sonic's lifeless corpse. He placed a hand on his back, a bright gleaming light flashing from within Sonic's body. Suddenly, he wakes. "Huh? Nagito?" Sonic says wearily. Come with me, Sonic, Nagito says. With your ultimate speed and my ultimate luck, I believe that we possess the absolute hope that can overcome Joe Biden's despair, Nagito says. Sonic takes a moment to think. Sure, why not? He says with a carefree smirk. Hop on, he says to Nagito, and together they sprint off towards the White House.
Once they finally reach the White House, they pull out their shotguns. Ready? Sonic said.
Okay.
Hope despair, kill Joe Biden, Nagito responded. And they came down to the White House. Everyone on the ground before you replace your hope with despair, Nagito exclaims. All residents immediately drop to the ground, holding their hands above their heads. Whoa, Sonic said, looking at all the White House residents.
Joe Biden must have sent them out, Nagito replied. We'll each have to take on about 10. Sword to Nagito. I could take on 40 if I wanted. Nagito then gave Sonic a fist bump as they went off into battle.
The two sprinted off at the hordes of robots that littered the White House, slashing and cutting and bludgeoning and gunning them down. Some tried to attack Sonic, but their movements were too sluggish. Some tried to attack Nagito, but his ultimate luck prevented their approach. For what felt like eons, the two fought, until at long last, they reached the Oval Office, where the evil Joe Biden slept. He wearily raised his head from the desk and glared at Sonic and Nagito, the latter of whom was now aiming his gun at his head. It's all Jover now, Mr. President, Nagito said with a stern look on his face. Will you shut up, man? Joe responded dismissively. Enough playing around, Sonic chimed in. With one swift kick to the head, Sonic decapitated Joe Biden, and he fell to the ground, dead.
The Biden bots immediately exploded. Sonic looked towards Nagito, and Nagito looked towards Sonic. You've truly turned my despair into hope, said Nagito. Same to you, my dear, Sonic responded.
What?
Sonic put his hand on the back of Nagito's head and pulled him closer. They immediately began making out. Hell yeah. Win for gay people everywhere.
Okay,
Sonic
cut.
and Nagito forever. So Nagito is the best ship. The end.
What the fuck?
Thanks, Rose. Thanks, Rose. Thanks.
Standing ovation.
Great job, guys!